Hi folks, Pete Lane. Welcome to Blind Abilities.
Use the Rumble map. Touch your screen with only one finger. The map will produce audio tones and vibrations depending on how much light is underneath that particular spot. For best results, drag your finger across the touchscreen slowly. As you move your finger onto the bright sections of the sun, your phone will vibrate more and produce a sharper, more pronounced audio tone. As you move your finger into the dark spaces blocked by the moon's disk, the vibration will diminish as the audio tone darkens and disappears. At times, you may hear a metronome-like ticking sound. That means you have entered an area of total darkness, either on the face of the moon or in the dark space outside the sphere of the sun. By paying close attention to the audio tones and the strength of your phone's vibration, you can learn how much sunlight is visible at each stage of the eclipse.
I heard all kinds of things about a new app called Eclipse Soundscapes, and it's alleged to be an app that when accessed on the day of the upcoming solar eclipse, which will be on Monday, August 21st, a little bit after noon on the East Coast, this app will provide audio description in real time for this event. There's a few other features in the app, but I wanted to share with you what the app looks like. I have recently downloaded and installed the app, but I have not yet set it up. So let's do that and come on along for the ride. I'll flick to it now on my home screen.
Eclipse Soundscapes.
Eclipse Soundscapes. I'll single finger double tap.
Eclipse Soundscapes. Next page button.
At the very top of the screen is a next page button. Let's explore. I'll flick to the right.
Skip to end of walkthrough button.
Skip to end of walkthrough. Not quite sure what that is.
Walkthrough page 1 of 5.
Walkthrough page 1 of 5. So this must be a tutorial of some kind. Let's continue flicking.
Welcome. Thank you for downloading the Eclipse Soundscapes app, a multi-sensory experience for people of all learning styles to engage with astronomical events, including total solar eclipses. Inside this app, you will find countdowns to major astronomical events in your area, and real-time narrations of those events with illustrative audio descriptions provided by the National Center for Accessible Media. You can also explore the cosmos with high-quality photos, educational information, and accessible learning tools. Heading.
So that was very interesting information, and apparently this is not restricted to just one eclipse that's coming up on August 21st. So let's flick back.
Walkthrough page 1 of 5. Skip to end of walkthrough, but next page button.
Let's double tap next page.
Next page.
And let's go to the bottom, since that seems to be where the explanatory information is.
Rumble map. Our Rumble map tool is designed for you to hear and feel astronomical phenomena, such as eclipses, using the touchscreen and the speakers on your smartphone. For example, the Rumble map will display photos of the moon passing in front of the sun during the most engaging and educational moments of an eclipse. When you touch the image on the screen, the app will read the grayscale value of a pixel underneath your finger and play an audio tone which will vibrate your phone with a strength relative to the brightness of that section. As you move your finger onto the bright sections of the sun, your phone will vibrate more. As you move your finger into the dark spaces blocked by the moon's disk, the vibration will diminish and disappear. By paying close attention to the audio tones and the strength of your phone's vibration, you can learn how much sunlight is visible at each stage of the eclipse and explore some of the fascinating features of the sun's corona. Heading.
Wow, that's very interesting. So you'll have a tactile map type of a screen, which will allow you to detect by touch the portion of the sun that is eclipsed, i.e. it is in shadow, as this app just referred to it, the grayscale, and you can feel the unshadowed portion of the sun, and as you touch that, you'll get a rumbling effect on your phone that will vary dependent upon the portion of the sun that's still visible. Very cool. I'll go back to the top and go to the next page button.
Previous page button. Next page button.
There it is.
Eclipse Center. The Eclipse Center is your go-to destination for learning about eclipses in your area so you can discover them as they happen. When you open the Eclipse Center, it will ask to pinpoint your geographic location. Once you accept, you will find a countdown to the next eclipse, information on whether you will experience a total or a partial solar eclipse in your area, and the exact start time, peak time, and end time of the eclipse. Heading.
So you can be specific to your area. Let's go back up, see if we can find a next page button.
Previous page button. Next page button.
I went to the top of the screen where the previous page button resides, and I flicked once to the right to the next page button, and I'll double tap.
Next page. Audio descriptions. When it is time for the next eclipse to start, you will receive a notification to open Eclipse Soundscapes. The app will then guide you through the main event with illustrative audio descriptions of an eclipse's most important moments. These audio descriptions, provided by the National Center for Accessible Media, are explanations of photos developed with specialized language to help people who are blind and visually impaired engage with an eclipse. After each audio description ends, you will have the option to either hear more educational information or explore that feature of an eclipse using the Rumble map. If voiceover is active during one of these audio descriptions and if the text that provided with the audio description is selected, the audio will stop playing and voiceover will begin to read the provided text. During the real-time event, text that is provided with the audio descriptions will not be available to voiceover users. Heading.
I think that last sentence said will not be available to voiceover users. Very cool. We'll go back up, see if there's another page.
Next page. Please allow access to the permissions below. Heading.
Okay, now I am in the actual setup portion of the app. Please allow access to the permissions below. Let's see what I'm going to allow.
Location permission button. Location permission alert. Allow Eclipse Soundscapes to access your location while you use the app.
I'm going to allow this because, as we heard earlier, the app will tell you information about the eclipse that is relative to your specific location. So I will allow.
We would like to use your location to keep you informed about the many eclipses we support.
And other eclipses as well.
Don't allow button. Allow button. Allow. Location permission allowed button. Notification permission button.
And the next permission is notification. So I will double tap on this and we'll see what it says.
Alert. Eclipse Soundscapes would like to send you notifications. Notifications may include alerts, sounds, and icon badges. These can be configured in settings. Don't allow button. Allow.
I will allow the notifications.
Allow. On the right side of the moon, previous image button.
On the right side of the moon, previous image. Let's see where we are on this screen.
Previous image button.
Previous image button.
Bailey's beads heading.
Let's see what this involves.
Next image button. Selected description button. Rumble map button. On the right side of the moon, orbs of glowing sunlight shimmer off the edge of the moon's black disk. Called Bailey's beads, these final areas of the sun's light appear as glimmering pearls on a wire, made intensely bright by the absence of light surrounding them. Explanation of what you might feel as you interact. On the Rumble map, explore the difference between the moon, the sun's corona and Bailey's beads, which are intense and irregular. Additional scientific info. Even this small section of the sun's light cannot be viewed without special eye protection. Please use special eclipse glasses or filters if viewing this feature directly on the sun with your eyes. Bailey's beads are caused because the moon's surface is not a smooth, perfect sphere. Rays of light peer through the ravines and valleys between mountains on the moon, causing this spectacular feature.
Wow, that's very cool. So this is rays of sun blazing through little cracks in the exterior edge of the moon's shadow, attributable to things like canyons, mountains, things like that. Very cool. Let's go back and see what else we have here.
Rumble map button.
We can check that out now if we wish with the Rumble map. Let's see what else we have.
Selected description button.
And I have the description already selected.
Next image button.
Let's go to the next image.
Next image, corona heading.
The corona. Now let's once again flick to the right and get down to the description.
During the totality, the moon completely covers the sun's glowing orb, and the sun's outer atmosphere is revealed. As if the moon were the center of a celestial sunflower, the corona appears as soft white petals, massive flumes of faint light that appear out across the sky. Closer to the surface of the moon's flat ebony circle, the corona is a swirling chaos of loops and flares. Intense fiery lines of light appear to ignite the moon's black edge. How to interact with the Rumble map. On the Rumble map, explore the difference between the moon and the sun's corona. You will hear / feel variations as your fingers pass over different features of the corona. Additional scientific info. The corona is the thin outer atmosphere of the sun. With temperatures at over 1 million degrees Fahrenheit, it radiates light in wavelengths that are too short for the human eye to see, like X-rays, and that are absorbed by the Earth's atmosphere. However, the corona reflects some of the white light from the sun's photosphere below it. This faint reflection is only seen when the much brighter photosphere is blocked, like during a total eclipse.
Wow, this is fascinating. So this is the outer rim of the sun that is actually more visible to the human eye once the moon's shadow has totally eclipsed the sun. So when the moon's shadow is centered upon the sun's surface as we see it, this rim around the moon's shadow will appear. And you heard the description. Let's see if we have any other items to describe. I'll flick back to the left.
Next image button. Next image, diamond ring heading. On the left side of the black moon, a sliver of sunlight blasts into view with white-hot intensity. As the area of re-emerging sunlight grows, it resembles a diamond, beaming out its brilliant light from its setting on the circular ring of the moon's edge. Additional scientific info. Even this small section of the sun's light cannot be viewed without special eye protection. Please use special eclipse glasses or filters if viewing this feature directly on the sun with your eyes. As the moon barely moves away from the solar surface, the powerful light of the sun peers around the side of the moon. This light is so intense that even a small fraction of it dominates the sky.
Fascinating. Let's go back and see if there's any other items to hear.
Helmet streamers. Heading. Projections of light from the sun's outer atmosphere called helmet streamers extend in all directions from behind the moon. In contrast to the black, featureless moon, the pale, wispy streamers appear as delicate as lace. The largest streamers have a tapered shape that resemble flower petals. They extend from opposite sides of the sun, with smaller rays of light between them. Explanation of what you might feel as you interact. As you trace your finger along a helmet streamer, you can feel the smooth arches come to long sharp points as they extend from the base of the sun outward. Additional scientific info. Helmet streamers get their shape from two different processes. The arch shape of streamers come from magnetic fields from concentrations of magnetic field on the surface of the sun extending out into the corona and then arching back down to the surface to connect to other regions of magnetic field of opposite polarity. The long, pointed tops of helmet streamers come from streams of gas flowing out from the corona into interplanetary space forming the solar wind.
Wow, unbelievable.
Prominence. Heading. Fiery loops of hot pink light appear to leap off the moon's black surface. With a sheer white corona as their backdrop, these pink prominences seem to dance above the moon like lines of liquid neon. Explanation of what you might feel as you interact. You will notice a sharp contrast when you interact with a prominence due to its intense brightness relative to the background. Additional scientific info. Prominences are magnetic fields that are filled with very dense material, making them much brighter than the surrounding background. The magnetic fields of prominences can be very complicated, giving them complex and dynamic shapes.
Let's see if there's a next image.
Bailey's beads. Heading.
That's all of the images. Now let's go to the Rumble map.
Rumble map button.
And I'll double tap.
Selected. Rumble map. Press. Rumble map inactive. Double tap to turn on.
As we heard, the Rumble map is inactive. All you need to do is double tap it to activate it.
Rumble map running. Double tap to turn off.
Wow, that's very interesting. The portion of the sun that is eclipsed, i.e. it is in shadow, the unshadowed portion of the sun very cool.
Instructions button. Instructions. Rumble map. To use the Rumble map, touch your screen with only one finger. The map will produce audio tones and vibrations depending on how much light is underneath that particular spot. For best results, drag your finger across the touchscreen slowly. As you move your finger onto the bright sections of the sun, your phone will vibrate more and produce a sharper, more pronounced audio tone. As you move your finger into the dark spaces blocked by the moon's disk, the vibration will diminish as the audio tone darkens and disappears. At times, you may hear a metronome-like ticking sound. That means you have entered an area of total darkness, either on the face of the moon or in the dark space outside the sphere of the sun. By paying close attention to the audio tones and the strength of your phone's vibration, you can learn how much sunlight is visible at each stage of the eclipse, and even explore some of the fascinating features of the sun's corona, such as Bailey's beads, helmet streamers, prominences, and the diamond ring effect. If a specific section of an image interests you and you want to return to it later, hold down your finger in one place until you hear a blip noise. You've created a marker. Next time your finger passes over this point, you will hear the blip again, so you can continue to explore that area. For voiceover users, the Rumble map begins in an inactive state. To change the Rumble map state, quickly tap the image twice to turn Rumble map on or off. The Rumble map becomes inactive each time it loses focus. Heading.
We've got some tabs down at the bottom. Let's go starting at the bottom left.
Selected. My Eclipse Center. Tab 1 of 4.
My Eclipse Center. That's what I've been reviewing. Next.
Eclipse Center. Tab 2 of 4. Media. Tab 3 of 4. About. Tab 4 of 4.
Let's go back to the
Eclipse Center. Tab 2 of 4. Countdown until eclipse from your location. 05 days, 20 hours, 31 minutes, 17 seconds. Heading level 5.
Cool. A countdown.
Eclipse type. Partial solar eclipse. Date. 8/21/2017. Your latitude. 30.148 degrees north. Your longitude. 81.612 degrees west. Percent eclipse. 90.01%. Events at your location are below. Event from your location. Start of partial eclipse. Local time. 1:16:30 p.m. Universal time. 17:16:30.6. Event from your location. Maximum eclipse. Local time. 2:48:07 p.m. Universal time. 18:48:07.8. Event from your location. End of partial eclipse. Local time. 4:12:04 p.m. Universal time. 20:12:04.9.
Very cool. So it gives a precise time for each aspect of the eclipse. Let's go down to the next tab.
Media. Tab 3 of 4. Media. Heading. Bailey's beads. Button. Prominence. Button. Corona. Button. Helmet streamers. Button. Diamond ring. Button. More audio descriptions coming soon. Ellipsis.
So that gives you each particular image that we reviewed earlier.
About. Tab. 4 of 4. About Us. Heading. From the Smithsonian Astrophysics Observatory and NASA's Heliophysics Education Consortium, the Eclipse Soundscapes Project uses sound to create a multisensory experience of astronomical events such as eclipses. With this app, and an additional citizen science project to record changing environmental sounds during eclipses, Eclipse Soundscapes aims to engage all learners with astrophysics, including people who are blind or visually impaired. For more information, visit eclipsesoundscapes.org. How to use the Rumble Map button. Our team button. Our partners button. Future eclipses supported by this app button. Open walkthrough button. Settings button. Legal button.
So there you go. A great deal of information on this app. I strongly encourage you to go ahead, get it from the App Store. It's free. Download it and just sit tight on Monday, August 21st at a little bit after 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So this is a fantastic app, easy to use, and absolutely fascinating in its description of the various stages of the eclipse. There's also a website at www.eclipsesoundscapes.org where you can find a ton of information, including a counter which will count the days, hours, and seconds until the eclipse. I hope to be interviewing Dr. Trey Winner in the next few days to get a little bit more information about what led up to the development of this app. Stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I wanted to get this demo out quickly so you all could be familiar with the app, download it free from the App Store, and be ready to roll around noon Eastern Time on Monday, August 21st. Good luck and stay tuned to Blind Abilities.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations and the realities of blind abilities.
The realities of blind abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, download our app from the App Store, blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.